What is up, everyone? So I think I fixed the mic this week, and I also think I fixed my camera sensor. Now I don't know. I'm not gonna know. I'm not doing any tests. So when I put the video together, the audio and video might be messed up again. I don't care. So gonna have to deal with that. Little update. So I cleared the space. It's been warm, so there's no more snowboarding, unfortunately for me. So the board and ski, tune and repair station table, plethora of tools and mess and waxes are now gone, put away. So now I have all this more room to mess around and start more projects that I'm probably not going to finish. So this week I've been working a little bit more on the XS650. That's put the yeah, so got a lot taken apart there. Not really to my surprise at all. The front end and the net, it's way more messed up than I thought it was going to be. So it's going to be even longer. There's a lot more work to do. But that's coming along. But yeah, so what you guys care about is the guitar building. In my last video, the first video, I said that I was going to give a quick recap. This next video is going to go into detail on why I did some things, why I thought I messed up, some more information on the products, the woods and materials and tools that I have and use and everything. So that's what I'm going to do today. Unfortunately, no building again today. I'm waiting for one router bit, and I'm doing a couple tests on the bandsaw. It's not really cutting as straight as as level as I would like. Which again, really, I guess doesn't really matter as long as it's not too extreme. Then the flush trim bit router, the router bit will take care of that. But I still, just for future projects and other projects where kind of it's a little more important, I want to make sure that bandsaw is running good. So got a pulley coming, some bearings, and save you that boring stuff. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. I'm excited to actually start going into detail about some things. I know a lot of you have asked some questions, and I'm probably not going to answer them all in this video. So if I don't, leave a comment, message me, email me, text me, call me, do whatever. So yeah, let's start. So like I said in the beginning of the video, some pretty cool news. So my neck blank came and my fingerboard blank came. So the neck blank itself is 29 3/4 long, 4 inches wide, 3/4 inch thick. It is kiln dried and sealed with tung oil sealer. So that's pretty cool. And it is 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pieces. I did a lot of research on forums on what kind of, neck and wood and materials to go through. And then I guess everyone says, don't get lost in the forums. It's your guitar. You can build whatever you want. So that's the message I'm going to pass on to you guys. So this is now going to be a Strat style neck. I'll go into detail when I talk about this. The issues or the mistakes I may have made that I mentioned in the first video. So I'll talk about that in the body blank after this. So yeah, 7 pieces. It is figured maple. Figured, now I don't know how to pronounce this. Sapile. Look, I'm not a woodworker. I'm not a woodsman. I'm not a wood expert. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll put it on the video. And someone could tell me how to pronounce it. If not, I'm going to keep doing it wrong. Oh well. And then African mahogany. So figured maple, figured sapile, and then African mahogany accents. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm very excited about that. And that's going to come out good. Not the next video. I think 2 videos is when I'm going to start doing the neck and the fingerboard. So I will be working that. I have a number 4 hand plane on its way so I can really level it out. Make sure it's ready to get worked, and then a neck template get put on so I can cut it. Now the fingerboard is this gnarly bird's eye maple. It is beautiful. I accidentally ran into this, or let me put in some better light. I accidentally came across this dude that has his own little private lumber yard in his property in PA, and his prices were unreal good. So I was like, you know what? I'll take a chance. Do something different as opposed to an ebony fingerboard. I want to get a cool, really nice, really detailed bird's eye maple, and then laminated neck blank. 7-piece as opposed to just a single piece, all that stuff. So I took a chance. Guy had some pretty good reviews, but he's not too big. Didn't have too many. So I was like, man, whatever. And I think he found himself a lifelong customer now because it's really good quality. He answered all the questions. He was speedy with the responses, and he's also a guitar builder. Obviously, by the neck stuff in the wood. Super knowledgeable, super friendly, and helpful. So, yeah, maybe I'll pass his information on to you guys if you are also building stuff or ask for it. But yeah, so that's the neck stuff. When a tool comes in, then I'll start the neck video. But I want to do the body first. So let's get on to that. All right. So as mentioned, I did run a couple practice cuts with the bandsaw, and I was trying a bunch of different blades and height and bearing combinations out to see if I can get some nice, smooth, clean curves out of this little 10-inch bandsaw. And I can. It's just I'm getting a little bit. Oh, it's unplugged. Okay, it's unplugged so I can touch this. Getting a little too much play, no matter what, in the blade itself. So I want to. I think it's a pulley issue. So I already have a replacement set of pulleys coming in. I'm gonna toss those on. All new bearings all around. I'm gonna see if that fixes it. I'm also gonna reinforce this custom top to make sure it's really stable and level, because I don't really want the top of the cut and the bottom of the cut to be on an angle as opposed to square. And again, my routing it with the template will take care of that, and we'll fix it and we'll keep it all nice and make it nice and square. But if it is just too extreme of an angle on the bottom or on the top, when I route it and keep it flush, it could potentially be flush, and then have an angle if it was too extreme and it cut too much of the wood out. Which again, still also might not be an issue because I'm going to route a radius along the top and bottom edges, and then this really neat Shinto rasp came, and then I'm going to take another big hunk of wood out of it for the armrest, the belly cut, and then a little more extreme radius in some sides of the body. So really, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it doesn't really matter. But look, better safe than sorry. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, the bandsaw. So yeah, I'm not doing any cutting this week, or this video, I should say, in a day or two when all this stuff comes. So the next video, whenever I put it up, whenever I record it, there will be cutting out the body template. The moment you guys have all been waiting for. This is the 2-piece Swamp Ash body blank, where I know last week's video, or maybe a little over a week ago, whenever I put the first video up, the first video I said I may have messed up. So it was because the plan was to make a Telecaster. I wanted to make a Telecaster. Everyone apparently starts in Telecasters, as I've seen on videos. They do look kind of easy, kind of trivial. There's blueprints and drawings and data everywhere for them. So when I got the 2-piece Swamp Ash body blank, I figured, fuck it, it's Telecaster time. So I found the center of the pickups, location for the bridge cap, or the neck cavity, for a 25.5-inch scale length neck. Marked it all out, plotted it, had the center lines drawn, didn't have the body outline drawn, but used the joint of the wood, which was the center, as the center line. Did all my measurements off of there based on how much wood I had in the blank in the area, and just used the Potman. Well, they're upstairs again. I forgot to bring them down, but I guess next video I'll bring those out. Potvin Guitars humbucker pickup blanks, and I'm going to be doing active Fishman Fluence pickups. So I just used the normal, run-of-the-mill humbucker blank, 1/2-inch MDF. It was very good. I'll go into detail on how I did that. But yeah, so I just plotted everything out based on Telecaster locations for pickups. And then same with the control cavity. And then, as you'll see later in the video, I decided to change it to a Jazzmaster style guitar. Just because I think those are also pretty cool. I've always wanted a Jim Root Jazzmaster signature model, and I've always been listening to Wageor, and I know Seth and Cody have been playing Jazzmasters or style guitars for a good amount of time. I know they changed it up, but something about them, I was like, you know what, I really do actually like the Jazzmaster after trying to hate it for my youth. So yeah, I called an audible. I figured I didn't cut anything yet. So I drew it out. I have a Potvin Jazzmaster template on its way, and I'll explain in the video why I thought I messed up, how I actually didn't, but yeah, I'll explain that all. Let's go. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a focus. There it is. This is a two-piece swamp ash body, or body blank. It's going to be a body. So the joint between these two pieces of swamp ash were actually the center line. So it made it really easy for me to mark out. So then I could then place and plan the neck joint, the pickups, the bridge, and the control cavity out back. So I just marked the center line, did the measurements off of blueprints of where I was going to put the bridge, and I just held my extra hip shot hardtail bridge on there for the drill points, centered it up for the 3 mounting holes. Made sure it was square with the body blank, square with the pickups, and then I just punched the holes in, and then took the bridge out, drilled them all the way through. As I mentioned before, I forgot the pickup templates upstairs, but yeah, just double-sided tape. Use this 3M 93. I forgot what the numbers is, but there's no descriptions on here. But Home Built Workshop went through a great deal of contacting 3M to find out what this tape was. So I ordered 3 rolls of it. Got it through Uline. But yeah, it worked really good. So I put those, held the templates on there, and then I routed them. So, I guess I drilled out all the wood, and then I routed them smooth to the depth that I wanted. Now I have a plunge base router right there, but I have never used one. I don't know how to use one. I'm sure I could. It's very easy and simple, and I probably could have used a plunge base for that. But I had templates, and I knew, based off the videos that I watched, you just use a Forstner bit, get a lot of the wood out, and then just use a normal router with a, which is a normal bearing cutting bit along that template, and it'll get the wood out. Focus. Or don't focus, whatever. Yeah, there it is. So what I did for the pickups and the neck cavity, I just used a Forstner bit. I used a 7/8 Forstner bit to get a lot of the wood out. Now, I don't have a drill press. Everyone I've seen had a drill press. I couldn't really justify spending money on a floor drill press just because I need it big enough to also do vehicle parts and metal parts for things. So I didn't want to just buy a desktop one. So in the meantime, I just used the hand drill, and I taped to the depth that I want. Now, I knew for the Fishman Fluence active pickups that I'm going to put in here, I wanted to go 3/4 inch deep. I'm pretty sure it's pretty universal, just 3/4 inch deep pickup pocket. So I just marked with blue tape. Damn, this thing just will not focus. There it is. So the bottom edge of the blue tape is 3/4 inch from the point up, or just under it. And why I went just under it is so that when I went with the hand drill, even though it wasn't completely straight, I tried to keep it as level and square to the body as possible. Just all over the place in here, get a majority of the wood out, just so it was less stress on the router bit and the router itself. And I didn't go to the final depth, so that because if I did put it to the final depth at this point, it would be point, it wouldn't be smooth, there'd be craters and crevices all in here. So just under 3/4, and for both of them with the templates attached, and then also with the templates attached, just put this router bit in here. And the ball bearing rides along the MDF 1/2 inch template. So you don't want to just put it in, and I'm sure the plunge base is designed so that you can just plunge in and then do everything. I haven't seen anyone do that, so again, I don't know if you can do that with the pickup templates or routing templates, but just to be safe, I did it the way everyone else did, because I'm also learning and it's my first time. So yeah, and I got the majority of the material out of here, so it was less stress on this bit, and then just routed all the crevices away from what was left after I drilled, and then set it to my final depth, went all the way around, got a really nice really nice smooth finish. And then because the pickup screws are long, I just put the router against, with a bit against the inside of the template, lowered my depth another 1/8 of an inch, and then just went to the side on all the sides of the pickups where the screws would be mounting them. So that's how I did the pickup cavities. Ooh, focus right there. And again, I just went off of dimensions and measurements and center to center for a Telecaster. And as I mentioned earlier, but I changed it after really watching Jim Root and the guys from Wage War play. I was like, you know what, I do want a Jazzmaster. Always wanted one. And they just kind of reminded me of that. So, changed the shape. So pickup spacing is a little different than the Jazzmaster spacing usually is, but who cares? They're active pickups. It shouldn't really make a difference anyway. Scale length still 25.5. Bridge is still the correct distance. The bottom of the neck joint. So I'm not too worried. And again, if it is a little out of whack and hard to intonate, I mean, you'll see it, and I guess that would probably be the final video. But again, first one, so learning experience. So now I learned to make up my mind on the shape before I do any type of drilling. But yeah, so the neck pocket did the exact same thing, plotted it out, did it by math, and it was a Strat style neck. So, well, now it's a Strat style neck. So it was a Tele style neck, but then I did the Strat. Just got a template from Podvin Guitars, really good template, and then I just adjusted it before I did any of the cuts and converted it to a Strat style neck. So yeah, same process, just forcing a bit and routed out. Now the screw holes, I just took the neck from my Strat that I have been tearing apart and rebuilding since I was in 7th grade, however many years ago, in like what, 2008, 7, somewhere around then. I just drilled through those already set holes into this when I placed the neck in. So those mounting holes are there. So that's the front of the guitar. And then the back, same thing. Center line, everything. The string block, got also a Podvin template. So I put the string block or string retainer block hole in there. I got a string block or retainer block on its way from him. And if it's like any of his templates, which was also the control cavity template, it's going to be high quality. So I'm excited to see that in the mail. And then the other point of concern for where I think I messed up was when it was originally a Telecaster style, I had this nice big control cavity with ample space around the sides at the bottom edge. Again, I did all this cutting before I acquired the bandsaw, so I was like, I just want to make some progress. Did all the routing and stuff. Same thing, just two different templates to get the route and then the top route for the cover, for the control cavity cover. And I actually am fine, so I didn't really mess up. But based on the Telecaster shape, I would have had a lot of room to play with. Based on the Jazzmaster shape, I am cutting it very, very close to this control cavity not being in the guitar. So I took some measurements, and I actually am safe. I didn't really mess up. But I was terrified for a little bit about that. But yeah, so it looks like it should all fit. The control cavity might be a little big, but I am going with the active pickup route instead of passive pickup, so it'll be cool. I mean, I guess the mistake worked in my favor, and now I'll have a little extra space to put the battery pack or the charging pack or whatever in there. So yeah, it worked. So yeah, that's the body blank so far as it sits until I get this figured out and fixed, hopefully running in the next couple days. And then my flush trim router bit is also coming. I got a 2-inch flush trim bit with a bearing on the top and the bottom, 1/2-inch shank. It has 4 flutes, 2 spiraling up, 2 spiraling down. Apparently it's supposed to give a really smooth finish. By Infinity Cutting Tools. Again, Home Built Workshop used it. He said he really liked it. I've been watching a lot of his videos, so got that in order. So when that comes, then I'll do all that cutting. another thing I had to do, if you see this hole that goes all the way down for the wire root, I just got I just took a really long 1/4-inch drill bit, and let's see here. Whoop. There it is, and just drilled all the way through on a slight angle towards where the pickup cavity is, which is right down there, so that the wires can, from the pickups, have a route in the guitar already. I don't have to worry about that when it's painted, and don't have to worry about chambering or opening up the back. So I got the wire root in, and then the one right down there, I just, same thing, just took the drill bit and drilled right into the control cavity. So I got the wire roots drilled. Let me take that out. Wire roots drilled, cavities routed, bridge drilled. I think my method of just squaring up using good old blueprints from Fender, from scale length and the center, and then just using my measurements and pickups, the scale length to the neck and bridge, and then holding my spare bridge up to it, punching out the holes and drilling it. I think that worked pretty well. Again, we'll see. Was it the right way? I don't know, but this is a learning process. I'm just showing you guys what I did and how I did it. There's the wire route. So that is it. That is the recap. So this is the last video where you won't be seeing the work, and I'm actually recapping, just filling in, just letting you guys know the process. I'm sure I skipped things. If I did, you guys are curious, just comment, write me a message. I think my email's on the profile, or my Instagram's link. Just follow. If you're watching on YouTube, click the Instagram, DM me, do whatever. I'm glad to help any way I can, give you any information. So that's where I'm at right now.